Hey and welcome. I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. Today we are going to be using the Celebrate with Tags bundle. Look at all the dies you get. There. So many dies, and I'm going to tell you why this is such a great value. It's because you have birthday, you have Christmas, to and from birthday, or Christmas, or any other occasion, anniversary. You have mitts, you have hearts made with love, celebrate you. You've got everything and really cool fonts. And then when you come to this side, you have two different tags. Here's some hearts. You have candles and candles. Here's the mitt. Here's the balloon, so you don't have to fussy cut that. That wouldn't be a lot of fun. You have a snowflake. And this, which cuts out, I used it for this. It would work for this if you went off just a little bit. And I love the stitching. So they've really put a lot of thought into this. Here as well, here's a little banner, which is for this and this. Another banner for these. What else? Oh, and then this cuts out just wee tiny little holes. Gives a really cool look. I did do a previous video using this set. But I hadn't completely embraced the set. I wasn't thinking, wow, this is something that I definitely, I'm going to use again and again. I was wrong. Okay, I can admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong because I sat down to make a card for our upcoming blog hop, Instagram hop, which happens on the 15th of October. And I made a card. And then I made something else, and then I made something else. So you're actually going to see 3 projects today. True. And I was looking for paper that would suit all occasions, even Christmas, seriously. And this was it. And check this out. If you recognize that, that's from the Awash in Beauty DSP, Designer Series paper. And I chose this side. I like this because, one, I like pink. And you can see there's dark areas and light areas, which give it a lot of interest. So, I'm excited to get started. So anyway, all the products that I use today are available at my online store. And if you live in Canada, feel free to shop with me. Links are below. And what else? Oh, and I give you all the measurements during the video. So if you need to roll it back and catch a measurement, go right ahead. Go right ahead. That's how we do it. Alrighty, so I'm excited to use this. Oh, I forgot about this stamp. This is cool too. Adds a little bit of fun and texture and dots and such. So you really have a really great set with a lot of value. Alrighty, so we're going to bring in number 1. So here's your base. It is my favorite size of base, just so you know. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And my bone folder's right here. And just to get that nice and flat. Again, here's the paper. Oh, it's stuck under my fingernails, or on my fingernails. There we go. There's, isn't that gorgeous? So who would have ever thought of using a set that's really meant for the flowers and all the coordination of the opposite side of the paper for a Christmas card? That would be me. So this piece here is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller. Just a really pretty little border. So I'm just going to use Tombow today. And again, you don't need a lot. You don't need to squidgle all over the center of it. It's a waste of glue, seriously. And we are not wasters. If you see some of the scraps I used to pull these projects together, it'd be amazing. Okay, and the reason why we use, we call it Tombow, but it's multi-purpose liquid glue, which is harder to say than Tombow, is because if you notice there, I just use my wiggle time and just move things around ever so slightly. Okay, so I was playing with that snowflake that I showed you in the dies. I was playing with it, and I thought, I'm just going to cut 3 And then I went, oh, I like that. And then I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine using the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. I liked it because it gives just a little bit of texture without being too much. And I'm going to add that to the card, and I'm going to put on a bit of an angle. Again, it's just for interest, because if you look at the card, you're like, that's kind of not exciting. But it will be. Hang on, because like I said, I have 3 more projects to show you. So what I decided, because this would make a very flat card, is to pop it up on dimensionals. So dimensionals, as you can see, they're just going to add a little bit of height to the card, which we call dimension. And you know why I like these? I haven't said this for ages because I haven't used, what's the word? Inferior dimensionals for a very, very long time. I used to buy mine at the dollar store. And I thought, well, there's nothing wrong with that. And there isn't, except what happened was they dried out. These dried out, and I'd given my mother, oh, this is ages ago, you know, birthday cards, thank you cards, the whole bit. Your wonderful mom cards, that kind of thing. And they fell apart. They dried and they fell apart. So we don't want that happening. You never want that happening. These are not expensive, totally worth it. Alrighty, I would normally use my Take Your Pick tool, but I'm just gonna use my fingernails today. And we'll get all the backings off. Now, if you notice, I did put some dimensionals around the snowflakes. I don't want them falling down. And if you don't feel that that's quite enough, here's my paper snips, we can add a few more. So my original, which I will show you, is the snowflakes will not fall down. Let's put it that way. They will not fall down. All right, let's get that on there. Okay, and I don't want to go that way or that. I want to go this way. That's the beauty of it. Well, and the fact that I did use my embossing folder this direction, that kind of makes sense. Alrighty. So I did not tell you what size this paper is. Oh my goodness. This is 3 3/4 by 5. This is our basic white paper. Something that you cannot have enough of. And I'm not kidding you when I say I probably have too many. Too many, but just enough. Okay. So then next, I have to show you something. On my original, I used this, but I kept saying, the card doesn't look clean and bright. The card doesn't look clean and bright. I've photographed it. It's ready to go on my blog. And I changed my mind and switched it to on white. So what I did is I stamped using gray granite. Nope, smoky slate. This is why I left it beside me, because in case I forgot. And I like the look of it better. And when I say better, I will show you the original in a couple minutes. All right, so let's get some of these on. Look at the sparkle. So this is your white glimmer paper, and it comes with red glimmer paper as well, which, by the way, is on low inventory. So if you want it, get it. Get it right away. Okay, and I'm just going to, now you might think I was going to place them in there, which looks really pretty, which I actually really like. But I'm going to just kind of place them around, just add a little bit more. Can I say the word snow and not get in trouble? Yes, I think I can. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to ask my cousin up in North Bay if they had snow this weekend. They were expecting some snow. Oh, and I have a cousin out west as well. But I didn't see any pictures. Now, I have to show you this. These are pretty random. And what I found was when I put these on, it looked also very random. So I actually kind of overlap them just a little. Maybe I want to go up here. Nope. Maybe I want to go over here. Maybe. Yeah, let's switch it around. There. Those guys are touching. And I'll make these guys kind of touch, which isn't the end of the world because we have our sentiment as well. Oh, and I'm using glue dots, by the way. Nice little glue dot, does not add any dimension, but they stick. And it's not as, what's the word? Messy. I love Tombow. Don't get me wrong. I love Tombow, but I glue my hands a lot, as do other demonstrators. Alrighty. And let's, let's think about where this is going to go. So this is already popped up, but I think it's not going to hurt to get popped up twice. I want it touching something, so we'll go right there. So bring back the dimensionals, and this time, yep, I should just be able to cut right about here. Make sure you use those edge pieces. Okay, there's nothing wrong with them. Use them. Oh, that might be a little too long. I guess we're going to find out. Oh, it isn't. Now, in all honesty, there is a die for this, and I don't know why. Well, probably because I wasn't using my magnetic plate, and my Stampin' Up one my magnetic plate is from Stampin' Up, but it's from ages ago. There's a new one, except it was pulled because Stampin' Up will never keep something that isn't of high quality. Anyway, I fussy cut it. That's where that story was going. Oh, I could use, oh, there we go. I was going to say I could use, but then I didn't have to. Okay, let's just touch all three of them. Oh, you know what? I have to get it straight. Because this is off kilter, it kind of makes your eyes go a little bit off kilter as well. Alrighty, and then we bring in, you know what, my favorite. And what I did is, on the original, I put them here. I could get that a little more centered. Here. Oopsie. There we go. Here. And of course, in the third one, if you want to use more, you absolutely can. And we're going to do the inside. Don't let me forget. Alrighty, so that's the front. And I'm going to take just a thin strip. This is 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. And I'm just going to put that on the card. Again, don't use a ton of glue. It is not necessary. If that's my biggest tip you get from today, then go with it. And my silicone mat. I don't want to glue up my table. I just cleaned everything. Now, when I put my strips of paper on, I like to leave a little line below where you can see the or like raise it up a bit where you can see the white. I've done it right up against the edge, and I'm not liking that look quite as much. Now check it out. Look what I have. I have an extra one of these. When I was cutting them, I've got a little bit. I made a lot. I tend to make more than I need because I know I can use them on other cards. I'm going to put that right there. I'm keeping it really simple, but I think here they are. I keep setting things aside. I can probably go a little bit bigger here. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. On the original, I used Wink Stella. And I basically, if the sparkles show up on the video, great. But that's that card. So that's project number 1 done. Project number 2, we're going to make a tag. So there's, like I said, there's 2 tags, same paper again, and you simply cut it out. It's got the score lines, so there's one right there, and do that. And then here, fold that over. You want to use, well, your bone folder or what you have handy. Well, my hands must be cold. My rings are circling around on my fingers. No need to turn the heat on. I think it's only, or I shouldn't say I think it's only, I think it's about 11 degrees Celsius. I don't know, I no longer know what that is in Fahrenheit. They've converted me. So this, all you do, like I showed, is you use the score lines, fold that in, and like so, and did you know, I believe, oh, where did I put my gift card? I believe a gift card fits in here. I had one, but I've been using it for other videos. So, okay, this one, I think tear and tape might be too wide, but I'm not 100% sure. You want to carefully put your glue on. You don't want it smushing out, especially if you are going to put a gift card inside. And then just fold her down Oop. And try to just keep those lined up. And then I'm just going to burnish it, which means I'm, another word for it is kind of squishing it. All right, so see how it makes a little pocket? Isn't that cool? I have to let that dry for a second. Okay, next step is I've already stamped the Let's Celebrate You, I should say. And I also have a little heart. Aww. Same paper. So you'll notice through this I'm using the same paper. I'm using one ink color, which again is Smoky Slate, and glimmer paper. And this time though, and I put it here, here we go. I'm going to use a little bit of the glittered organdy ribbon. And notice this, you see there's got a little bit of, I see pink, but I also see kind of a opalescent color. Is that the right word? Anyway, I'm just going to cut a little bit, just make like so. Oh, maybe I will cut them straight. On my other one, on my sample, I cut them like tails, but I just want to see what this looks like. All right, so I want this ribbon to stick to the back of this. So bringing in the Stampin' Seal, and again, you don't need a lot. I just need it to stick to the ribbon. And I have to figure out which way this goes. You don't want to put it on and then discover, oh, rats, it goes the other way. Does it make a difference? Nope. It's shiny, sparkly on both sides. I do want the tails to be different lengths. I always want the tails to be different lengths. I don't know if that's... I'm pretty sure that's normal. All right, you stay. And then we bring back the dimensionals. I should just leave them right here because I don't think we're done with them. Nope, we're not. Okay, one there, and I'm going to put one up here as well, just to hold it down. 1, 2, 3. And get that looking straight. Whoop, that goes straight. You can kind of use the lines here to keep it straight. And put the little heart on using a glue dot. Another tool is the Take Your Pick tool. It really, really is, well, I've been using this for so long, I'm going to wear this off. It's a perfect tool. You can get things out of dies with it, with the pointy end here. And oh, we need the baker's twine. Here we go. This comes in a pack of, I think, 5. Alrighty, so just, I tend to make these too long and end up cutting them, so I'm going to go a little shorter. This doesn't I don't really have a measurement for this. It's the length of paper. I should say that little scrap I showed you at the beginning, that this piece here, I have like 2 pieces about that size left. That's how much I've used and how much I love this. Alrighty, we're just going to make a little loop through here and through here. Yep, too long. Oh, these might be the scissors I glued up by mistake. Yeah, well, by mistake. How can you glue something by mistake? I don't think it was a mistake. That's project number 2. Isn't that cute? I absolutely think that's adorable. If you wanted to put some of the rhinestones on like I did on the first project, absolutely could. Okay, project number 3. Another tag. So this time I used basic white. And this, I love the scalloped edge. I can see that. When I see stuff like this, it makes me think of baby showers and such. All right, so now it is scored, but you still want to line this up. And then use your bone folder. Hold it down, and boom. There you go. Alrighty, so this time, I cut the mitts out again. I did not stamp them though. I have a whole bunch stamped. Like seriously, I did them in Calypso Coral, I did them in Polished Pink, I did Melon Mambo, you name it. I did it. But I decided I wanted just plain mitts. But this is a little bit too plain. So here's my blending brush. I am not adding any color to this. 1 second. Here's something I'll show you. So this is clearly full of ink. And when I went like that, I thought that's going to be perfect. Let's see. So I didn't have to ink it, so I can't exactly tell you what color, but it's got a whole bunch of different reds. So it's got cherry cobbler. It has, from previous uses, cherry cobbler. It's got real red. It will have some melon mambo in it. It'll have poppy parade. I can probably set that down, or maybe not. Oh, I can. Not that I really want to use, I don't really want to use that to color on. You can go over just a bit. If you don't have the blending brushes, one, you should get them. Two, if you don't have the blending brushes, you can use a piece of sponge. You get a circular sponge, cut it. You can use our sponge daubers. They work really well because we're really just being quite delicate and just putting a little bit around the edges. I'm going to do this one too. Just a little bit. It gives it just a little bit of depth in color. And did I? Okay, I'm going to bring this back in and lay it flat. All right, so wouldn't this be cute with like little baby booties or you name it? It'd be so cute. So the first one, I'm just going to glue it down. That might have been a little more glue than was required. Right about, oops, have to leave space for the ribbon. And then the second one, I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. There we go. I don't hear dogs barking, but I do hear my grandson playing. So if you hear any little noises, it's just him. It's just him having fun. You know what? I'm not going to put this on right now, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to forget that I have this piece that is so thin, and I actually measured it. I just put the paper in and just cut a really thin strip. So this is that same white glimmer paper, and it turns out it's 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to glue this. I don't need to glue all of it because it's going to hang over the edges, and I'm going to cut it. Alrighty. And right, I love the dotted lines. So I'm just going to go a little bit above it. Now this paper has a bit of a like a slipperier background or backing. Not super slippery, but I just want to hold this down for a second. That's where that story was going. So I'm going to leave that and cut that last. Let's put this mitt on now that we have this on. This is what I didn't want to go over it just in case. Surprise, I have another one of these little snowflakes. Perfect little tag for Christmas. And the snowflakes, so easy. And remember that card that I showed you that we made first? All of those little cutouts, I have those. All of them. And they're going to make more projects. Surprise. Alrighty. So with this one, I used the, got to go in the right direction, the XOXO. And I did fussy cut it because I didn't want the whole banner. I just wanted a little bit to go right here. So somebody would be getting a very special Christmas gift with that XOXO. But don't you also see with, or do you also see, I should say, not don't. Do you also see that that would be perfect with the heart and make a Valentine's? Ooh, yep, we just moved into Valentine's. And this paper will take you to Valentine's as well. Floral or otherwise. Oh, pretty close to being too long. That was a really sloppy cut, but oh, and I didn't need that much. Sandy. Oh, come to Sandy. There we go. I only need it over here, so I might have gone a little bit hog wild there. Because that part's going to hang over. Remember, have your elements touch, and your card will, or tag, it will just flow perfectly and look like it's, it's always like I meant to do that. And it's nice for our eyes. Our eyes like seeing things like that, apparently. Some cohesiveness. I believe that's a word. All right, get the, oh, I thought I put the XOXO on the wrong side. Whew. I think right about there. I just want to get it straight. I don't want to cover up too much of that really pretty snowflake. I might change that. Oh, how about up here? Didn't think of that. Yeah, I like that too. Alrighty. Okay, that can go. And I'm going to cut this. Right, oops, use the tips, not the end, so you can see what you're doing. 1, 2, that flew. I don't think we need this anymore. Nope, we don't. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll bring in that same ribbon again. See, if you've noticed, I haven't used a lot of products, and I think that's kind of the idea. You don't need a lot of products to make something really pretty. So this time, come through, I fold it in half. I might have to fold it in thirds, or just kind of make it into a little circle so it'll go through. There we go. Come through. There you go. Alrighty. Oh, isn't that an icky noise? But you can tell it's got lots on it of, lots of little sparkles are going to make a little bit of a noise. All right, and for this one, all I did was tie it in a little bow. Well, tie it in a little knot, I should say. I did not make a bow. And you want to maneuver that around until you get it how you like. And then I am going to cut this end because this time I want them to be on an angle. And down here, whoop, more of an angle, like so. And then I'm in the inside. Well, I made it so you can't really completely open it, but you can. So the person's going to do a little peeking. Here's something really cool. Okay, you take the card, put something on the front, and that can go on the front of the card. Isn't that cool? Or this one can go on the front of a card with something behind. Like, you know, I like my texture, but plain is good too. So let's bring those in. And I did promise you I would show you what it looked like before. See what I mean about this just looking so much cleaner and brighter? So I'd actually stamped right onto this paper the Be Jolly, and then decided, nah, I'm not really keen. So I don't know if you can see the sparkle from the, there's some right there, from the Winkostella. Winkostella, I'll just show you what it looks like. I'm not going to do it this time. This one's really old. You can tell. I've got it everywhere. It comes with a little black band. You're going to pull it apart, take the black band off, and it will never close all the way because it doesn't need to. But what that does is it allows you then to push the ballast, which is here, which is where all the glitter is, and then you can use it. So you can write with it. Well, you can, I shouldn't say write. What's the right word? You can color things with it. But I prefer to do I'm going to pretend the lid's off, okay? Pretend with me. Tap, 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 tap. Have something covering your desk. Something big covering your desk. Or you'll be very sparkly. And just putting the lids on. So, if you can let me know, the white or that one looks pretty messy. You can see why I didn't think it looked quite nice enough. There's that one, and there's that one. So easy to make, so quick to make, especially when you're not talking on a video. And it's just, and all with the same paper, all with the same stamp set, all with the same dies. I did not go out of and use a different circle or whatever. Like, everything's there. That, my friends, is value. So again, if you live in Canada, please shop with me if you don't already have a demonstrator. If you're interested in joining Stampin' Up right now, you would be joining my team as well. We're called Stamping Inkspirations. And right now, you get an extra $41. Extra $41. So for $135, you get to choose $206 in products of your choice. Wow. There is no shipping fee. But in some provinces, there is tax. That's beyond Stampin' Up's control. That's up to the province. You also get a previous paper pumpkin kit. And if you are interested in making this a business, you don't have to be. I welcome happy stampers all the time. You get a business kit, which is going to include catalogs, which you can give to your friends. Why not? They probably, if you're crafty, they're probably crafty. I mean, you are crafty. They're probably crafty too. Anyway, link will be in the description as well. If you already have a demonstrator, and if by any chance you're not interested in joining, you can still help out by commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing to my YouTube channel, subscribing to my newsletter, which when you go to my blog, it'll pop up. And that helps me as well. And I do appreciate that. So it is Thanksgiving, or was Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. So I hope everyone had a lovely Thanksgiving. And so far, so good with the weather. Lovely. Anyway, guess what? I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.